Welcome everyone. Today I have a Miyabi preparation guide. Now looking behind me, we'll be going through all the required materials for Miyabi to go from level 1 to level 60, together with her talent core materials and also the materials needed for her limited banner weapon. On the second part of the video, we'll go through details of what are the potential teams, what are the compositions for Miyabi, and also with variety of characters. We'll be looking into the majority of the anomaly characters, which will all become very strong with a combination with Miyabi. We'll also have a look at any character of interest that can go well with Miyabi, including anomaly characters, supporting characters, and also characters that can enhance ice damage. So coming over to the first part of the video. Similar to all of the guides, guys, you can see that we have all the characters listed over here that are limited banner characters. And should you want to prepare for those characters, you can find the links in the description below. And because Miyabi is such a popular character, I have decided to make this video a little earlier compared to the previous videos. And I even made this one before Higher Master. So Miyabi is going to be an anomaly character, so you'll be getting anomaly chips and also essential materials. And of course, you can see the summarized numbers from level 1 to level 60. Now in order to make things a little easier, we do have an overall summary over here that you can see what is needed to get her to higher levels. And of course, we also have the essential materials needed to get her limited banner anomaly weapon to the higher ascension. So if you are saving for those and also getting Miyabi to the strongest possible, it is okay to start gathering those materials, and because this will cost a lot of energy spent on getting her ice chips, we might want to start a little early. At the same time, it is likely that Miyabi will require patch 1.4 boss materials and also weekly boss materials. And in order to save for this, you want to have some spare energy prepared and maybe even a monthly selection box to get your weekly boss materials once patch 1.4 becomes available. So those are some of the highlights we should be aware of while saving for Miyabi. Overall, we're looking at around 3.7 million Dennies, and maybe close to 4 million dummies if you want to get everything to the max level. Now of course, it is a little cheaper to go for level 7 compared to level 12 for our skills, but I'm sure most of us will be preparing a lot for her, and should you guys want to prepare ahead of time, we'll have those summaries available. Now coming over to a second part of the video, which will have a look at the potential teams for Miyabi and what makes her special. Well, coming from the live stream and also what we know so far, Miyabi is going to focus on having anomaly agents or agents of the same faction, which are the Section 6 agents, to unlock her core talent. And her abilities and also her synergy seems to be working very well to have more anomaly characters to trigger disorder damage. And anomaly characters tend to have a high anomaly buildup. So what you're going to see on the second part is I will go through some of the characters coming from Section 6 and also Sons of Caledon characters, which are some of the best characters for Miyabi. And this will of course help us to start the build and also variety of team comps for her using different anomaly characters and also supporting characters. So right at the start with the Miyabi team compositions, we can go with Miyabi, Sokaku, and also Yanagi. Yanagi has the best ways of trigger additional disorder, and this seems to be the best teammate for Miyabi by the looks of it. Sokaku over here will enhance her ice damage, and Sokaku is an enabler should you not have any other characters coming from Section 6. This won't be the strongest team, but this will be a very solid team with a combination of Yanagi and also Miyabi. Now should we want to trigger additional form of disorder and also having an enhancement of both fire and also ice damage, having lighter, Bernese, and also Miyabi may be one of the strongest double elemental damage enhanced teams. So Bernese will provide us with tons of fire damage, together with lighter for additional fire damage, additional damage buffs to both fire and also ice, and Miyabi will be here to trigger a lot of more ice damage and also disorder damage. Now of course, one of the easy ways to combine the two current team comps into this team comp. Yes, we can go with triple anomaly characters with Miyabi. Because Miyabi tend to enhance any anomaly characters on the team, having multiple anomaly characters and also characters that can go off the field like Bernese and also even Miyabi, and having Yanagi on the field as the anomaly damage dealer, this can provide us with tons of disorder damage together with sustained damage from Bernese, Miyabi. This may be one of the highest damaging teams so far. And for the case we don't have Yanagi, we can consider going with Piper over here to combine with Bernese for a triple anomaly team. I did have a small typo over here. I had an image of Lucy instead of Piper. So be aware of this, guys. I actually had this mistake while during the recording of the first part. We can consider having a supporting character like Caesar or even Seth. Those characters will provide attack boost increase or anomaly boost increase, which will greatly enhance the survivability and also damage dealt by all the anomaly characters. And because Miyabi will enhance any anomaly characters with the increase of anomaly buildup, characters like Jen will see another power boost. And anomaly characters like Jen can also enjoy the damage boost coming from Caesar and also Seth, together with Caesar, who is also an assault physical character. This will also enable the team to do additional assault damage together with Miyabi's disorder and also ice damage. We can of course go with Miyabi, Yanagi, and also Caesar. This for me is by far the most balanced team. This has the survivability damage boost coming from Caesar, while having Yanagi and also Miyabi are the two of the strongest characters for disorder damage and also for their abilities to trigger additional anomaly damage. And finally, of course, we can go with the traditional South of Caledon teams with Burness, Caesar, and also Miyabi. This team will focus on dealing a variety form of damage while having constant sustain and also defensive mechanics coming from Caesar. Miyabi over here will enable us to do more disorder damage together with the ability to do more ice and also more fire damage with anomaly characters. Now over here, I want to list out all the characters of interest should you want to play Miyabi and what are the characters you should be looking at. So the list of the anomaly agents of interest are going to be Yanagi, Burness, and also Jen. They are going to be the top selectors to go with Miyabi. After that, we can also go with Piper or Grace, who can provide the team with additional anomaly and also disorder damage. And of course, the correction over here is that we have Piper as the 5th anomaly character, and this can also work as one of the team for anomaly characters coming together with Miyabi. So again guys, I had a small typo here. I actually accidentally had a picture of Lucy over here instead of Piper. In terms of supporting characters, I would recommend Caesar just because she's great utility and also survivability. Having Seth on the team is great for bonus anomaly damage, while having other damage enhancers like Lighter, Sogaku, or even Lycan can greatly enhance our ice damage and also lower the enemy's ice resistance. So keep in mind, our major damage coming from Miyabi is going to be ice, anomaly damage, and also disorder damage coming from Miyabi. So let us know in the comments, guys, what do you think about those particular team comps for Miyabi, and also which of the team comps are you planning to run with Miyabi? For me, I am thinking to go with something like Caesar, Miyabi, but I haven't had another limited banner anomaly character, so it gets a little tricky. I could go with Miyabi, Piper, and also Caesar, or I can go super defensive with Caesar, Seth, and also Miyabi. But this loses out on her ability to enhance other characters having high anomaly buildup. So this is a tricky one for me, right? Because I didn't pull for the anomaly characters, and now with Miyabi and also Caesar, I just need one more great anomaly character to make it work for patch 1.4 and maybe 1.5 and also onwards.